It's Belinda, Aussie Stitcher, coming to you on this 9th of July 2022. It's been a while. Basically I went through a period where I didn't stitch much at all, and I didn't feel like I had a lot to do, so didn't have a lot to show, so I just didn't basically come back. And then I had my finish, and then I was like, I don't have a lot to show, so I waited, and that's where we're up to. It's over here. It's like I have another whip. So I hope everyone's going well. We are going fine. It really needs to rain. It really needs to rain. Still not painted walls. I think that's going to be after harvesting, really. But we got pictures up, and we got more curtains up, and it really feels like home. My kitchen has arrived. It's not in. Just trying to find a spot for my coffee, but it's arrived, so yay. If I have any photos that I've kept, I might show it on the back of the ute. Yeah, so we're gonna get into it. I didn't bring my diary, and I can't be bothered getting it. Basically, I did something like 3,000 stitches in the month of June, and maybe 1,500 to 2,000 beads, and it's only that much in Summer Queen because of the loopy things. I feel like I'm getting a little bit back into a rhythm, but yeah, I went weeks without stitching, probably a month all up, but it's fine. So we'll get into it for the last time in this bag by Eclectic Possessions, Emily C. Until I put something else in here, we have Summer Queen, which was finished, can't remember when, in June, on 32 count Belfast from Picture This Plus Confetti. And I don't have my board with me again. Looks so good. I am so happy she's done. That's that cording. I have to say I didn't enjoy beading her. It didn't make sense, a lot of the beading. I don't really feel like her crown is a crown. There's one of those loopy things in her hair. The earring looks great, and I like these in her hair. The dress, these were fine also. These kind of make sense. These I don't get, like, and the loopy things were fine. I just, when you're beading, I'd like, sometimes you've got to drop a bead or change it slightly to fit all the beads roughly, or make the pattern, and if I can't visualize it, then I find it hard, and I found it struggle. Someone else could probably go, oh, it's this, this, and this, and this, and that is perfectly fine. For me, I struggled, especially in her crown. After stitching Snow Queen, and everything just, it looked like a crown. It looks like this. I struggled, but I still love it. Yeah. Glad it's done. The skin was fine. I don't do 1/1. Lots and lots of bulk colour in that dress. And the colour in the hair and that, after doing all that blue, was just awesome. So yeah, completely done. So I finished 2 whips this year so far, and I finished Mirabilia, which I try to finish a Mirabilia every year. So goal met, yay. Yeah, I did enjoy stitching on it. The beading did drive me nuts. And then I started stitching on some other things. I only stitched on 3 other things. I pulled out, and I can't remember when, A Perfect World by Scarlet House. And in case you are not aware, it says, in a perfect world you would find me here with the birds and the flowers and the dogs and the deer. And I am doing it in the Core for Weeks Dye Works and the Gentle Arts. If you are doing this, in all honesty, whitewash from Weeks Dye Works is a complete waste of time. I actually feel like most of these are a complete waste of time. There isn't a lot of variegation. So you could easily, possibly, go for the DMC. This bag is StitchNButton. Emily C is not making any bags at this moment. And this is on 36 count fabric. Bittersweet, I think. From, I can't remember, I got it from 123 Stitch. Here is where I was before. And I did roughly, so I tend to do 1,000 stitches before I move on. So I've done at least 1,000 stitches. So I've finished off, did I finish off? I finished off this, and then I finished off this tree. Then I did this deer, this tree, another deer, whatever that is, and the words. And then I will start finishing over here. Next time I pick this up. This is one of my focuses for a finished for this year. I would like to finish this. Really happy with how it's looking. I am stitching it 2/2 on 36 count. You either like it or you don't. I prefer it. So, and also focusing for a finish this year or early next year in another StitchNButton bag with my little bag from Melody. 2 little bags from Melody is Siren in the Shipwreck. Which I don't seem to have. A card for, so insert picture on what it will look like, insert picture on where it was. Oh no, here we go. Siren in the Shipwreck by Mirabilia. I got this needle mender from a shop in Perth in Western Australia. She's now closed. Or possibly the one in Darwin, which is also closed. I know, so out of practice, can you tell? Haven't been doing this for long at all. This is stitched on 28 count mist dye from Colour Cascades. And I'm going to show you the back. We won't show you the back. Again, did roughly 1,000 stitches. Oh, I'm loving the way I closed the curtain and turned a light on, and I'm loving the way the light is working. So I finished off, I did some back stitching. I think I did some in here, and then I worked my way up. In here is where her body starts, and yeah, so her body starts in here. I'm looking, and then you've got the hair that comes down this way because it's that whole, it flicks the image. And then over here is that big beaded thing, whatever she's holding. So yeah, loving this. Again, I mean, I really liked using the water lilies in this, but you could possibly sub out. The water lilies did not have a lot of variegation that I had, and I've had quite a lot left over. So I'm pretty sure this one I actually used a fair amount of Blueberry 041, so this one might be worthwhile getting. This one does have the variegation in it, but I don't use a lot of it. 017 Blue Lavender. So if you want to sub out, you possibly could. I like working with the silk, so school holidays, kids are in and out. Your eye hurts. All right, I'll be back in a minute. No stress, everyone is fine. So yeah, so I did roughly 1,000 stitches on her. My goal is to finish it this year, if not early next year. And I have decided randomly that once this one is done, I want to work on Tree of Hope to a finish that I started with some friends. And the last whip that I worked on in July, and I did roughly 1,000 stitches again, is my next focus on the Season Queens for a finish. Oh my goodness, Autumn Queen by Mirabilia. This is where I was before, and here I am now. This is on 32 count. I think it's Heritage by Picture This Plus. And I did the pink in here, and in here. I would like to get this finished next year. I think it will be towards the end of next year, because I'm at the furthest point in her dress, so it will start coming in, but there's still a lot of stitching. And then I've obviously got the top half and beading. And I think I'll enjoy the beading on this a bit more, because it makes a lot more sense. Like the stuff in her, I'm gonna sneeze, hair, dress and everything, it just flows a bit better. Excuse me. And that's it. That's all the stitching I have done. I don't think I have any stash as such acquired recently. And if I find any randomly, I'll let you know. But that's it, really. It's just been so busy, and it hasn't rained much. And just busy. We're still doing winter sports. We've got another 5 rounds, which is 5 weeks, 6 weeks left to go, and then it's semi-finals and finals, which the girls D grade will not make. They've improved a lot, but they're not going to make it into the grand final, which is fine. Yeah, that's it really. I'm hoping to be back at least once a month, maybe once a fortnight. Reality, probably once a month. And oh, I can talk a little bit about plans. I don't normally have plans necessarily, but I kind of know what I'm going to roughly be stitching on. I'm going to do Anzac. I have it on my frame. I'm going to do maybe another 1,000 stitches on Autumn Queen to meet a prompt in Down Under Divas. I'll work on Siren in the Shipwreck again, and A Perfect World. And Winter's Lace, which is the dimension kit that I'm supposed to be working on and aiming for a finish this year. Still haven't started anything. Honestly, not feeling it necessarily. I really am liking working on the whips that I have. Oh, and the Shakespeare Fairies is the other whip by Mirabilia that I'm aiming to work for this month. But yeah, I'm liking the focusing on a couple of whips and getting as much progress as I can, and then touching one or two other whips through, through the month. And that's it. I'm going to let it go here, short and sweet. Hope everyone's had a good stitching month. I just want to briefly say that I am sorry for the devastation of the floods that's happening in New South Wales again, and the floods generally, and all the sadness in the world with the assassination of the Japanese ex-Prime Minister, and the Ukrainian war, and what's happening in America and everywhere. It's been a really difficult year for so many people on so many different levels. So keep stitching, try and find happiness in every little thing, and I'll talk to you next time. See ya.